So we have a case of a Ghanaian student who lives in Calgary, Alberta, which is on the west end of Canada. His name is Godfred Ade, and he was out one day with some friends, and his vehicle got stuck in a snowbank. It was minus 28 degrees that day, which works out to be 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So freezing, and it does get very cold out there in Calgary. So the police showed up and he told them that his vehicle was stuck and if they can help him. And they ended up throwing him into a van and they just dropped him off at some random location. And then his worst nightmare happens. Take a look.
911 for what city?
Please, kindly, I'm freezing. Please, the police dropped me off here.
They got to East Village, they stopped there, they took my handcuffs off and they told me to beat it.
Calgary Police, what's the address of your emergency?
Okay, handcuffs picked me up for no reason, just left me here.
Left you where?
I don't know, they just left me here.
He told me it's only for emergency service. So they hanged up on me and I called again. He walked all across to where I was, told me to stop calling 911 asking for help and stuff. He pushed me, I got up, trying to run away from him. He tasered me so quick. He put handcuffs on me and I just remember this guy just punching me in the face, knees to the back.
So after being brutally beaten by the officer, whose name is Trevor Lindsay, Godfred managed to make it over to a friend of his place by subway, and he stayed with his friend for a few weeks because he was afraid to go home because these officers know where he lives and he was very afraid. This officer, Trevor Lindsay, false claim charging Godfred with assault, which was ultimately dismissed. And this officer was never charged with this offense. There was a trial, and it took 7 years of Godfred fighting to try and get justice for what happened to him before it even came before a court. He was never charged. What he ended up being charged for was for brutally beating another man by the name of Daniel Hawthorne, who ended up with a fractured skull and brain injury. And so that case, when it was tried, he was ultimately charged. Do you know what his sentence was? Get ready for it. It was 90 days of jail time served on the weekends with 1 year probation. That is all this man got. So here's Godfred now, who still suffers from PTSD and still suffers from chronic pain, yet nothing was done. If this is not the Blue Brotherhood complexion for the protection situation, I don't even know what to call it, because he beat this black man so bad, and it took 7 years to fight. And then in the end, no disciplinary action, but he gets disciplinary action for another person that he beat, which, by the way, happens to be one of those folks. It's not a black man. So for that one, that case gets tried. But in the end, he's not really receiving that's like a weekend away. That's not any kind of sentences. He's not really serving any time. Ultimately, this police officer ended up resigning, so he's no longer a policeman. So once again, one of our brothers at the hands of a racist cop, brutally beaten, and no consequences. And this is racism in Canada, folks. And this is what's happening to our brothers out here. Let me know what you all think about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, EA Public Relations, and also download the African Diaspora News app. You want to grab this app. You're going to have access to content you won't see anywhere except for on the app. So grab that app. You can grab it at the Apple Store or the Google Store. So get it. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, EA Public Relations. Until next time, please be safe, everyone. Peace be.